Jamendo.com. Hi guys, welcome.
Okay, hello guys, thank you for joining us again on another segment of our video on your way to grad school. So today we'll be talking about okay guys, in this video we'll talk about the statement of purpose, which is one crucial about this year, about this one that they probably taught 6 years ago. They can't remember, so they will just write something. But if you sit with them and if they already have your statement of purpose, that will juggle much of their memory. To say that, oh wow, I'm not here. They will say that yes, I remember this student, and then they can tailor their letter.
How are you?
I'm good.
Hi guys, good day. I hope you've been enjoying our past videos. Thank you so much to everyone who has watched and dropped a comment. Also, thank you so much to our new subscribers. Thank you. So we're going to continue with our series, and today our focus is on the GRE, which is called the Graduate Record Examination. So before we move on, Kaede, do you have anything to say, like in general, about the GRE exam before I share my screen?
Okay, I would just say the GRE is short for Graduate Records Examination, and I like to think of it as the JAMB that you have to write. I mean, the UTME that you have to write before you go into grad school. So in Nigeria, you know that you write WAEC and UTME. So here in the US, to go to college, people would write exams like SAT and stuff like that. And then to go to graduate school, you write the GRE, or in some fields, the GMAT, but the GRE is more like broadly acceptable. So, I mean, it's a test that basically assesses your critical reasoning skill, basically. Then it does that through 3 sections: the quantitative reasoning, the verbal reasoning, then the writing section. So I'm sure Musun will say a lot more about the GRE, but basically that is what the exam is about.
Thank you very much, Kaede, for that great introduction. So I'm going to share my screen, and basically I want to walk you through the GRE website. So first, the GRE website is on, or where you can get information about the GRE is on the ETS website. So you just go to ets.org, and that would take you straight to the ETS website. So once you get to that website, the first thing to do is to scroll down, and you see GRE here. There are other examinations like the HiSET, Praxis, TOEFL, and TOEIC, but for today, our focus is on GRE. So once you click on the GRE link, you see some information like general information about the GRE. And then here you see register now at home testing. And I think this is a new feature. I'm not very sure, probably because of COVID-19. Yeah, exactly. So here you see for test takers and here for institutions. So you have the option to create an ETS account here. And then when you scroll down, oh yes, I remember. So when you scroll down, you see the GRE general test. So this is what most prospective graduate students do, right? The general test. They also have subject specific tests. So it could be in literature and in also or other specialized fields. But for generally, you have to do the GRE general test. So the first thing to do is to click on About, and basically this is where you get your general information about the test, what's the test like, and what are the requirements. Kayode already mentions like the key components of the test or the key parts of this test. So the three major parts of the test or the features of the GRE general test are the verbal reasoning section, the quantitative reasoning section, and the analytical writing section. So like to get more information about these different sections, you can just read through. And if you remember, we've been talking so much about doing research. Like this is um not a sprint, it's a marathon, right? So you have to take your time to really find out about anything, any information that you come across in this journey of graduate school application. You really need to take your time to read through and be intentional about getting the right information. So when you read through the website, you learn more about each section of the test. Then so you can just come here to the left-hand side of the website, you click on test content, and this takes you to, more information about the test. And then you can see this provides more detail about the analytical writing, verbal reasoning, quantitative reasoning, and, any information you want to find out, you can get it here. So for example, under the quantitative reasoning, if you click on this link, it will take you to quantitative reasoning question types. So obviously you get information about the kind of questions that you will, answer during the exam. So for example, here you see the quantitative reasoning section of the GRE general test contains 4 types of questions: quantitative comparison questions, then multiple choice, and so on and so forth. So this website is a really great tool for you to get like a crash course on, oh, what is the GRE all about. Next, we have the test structure, and this, basically introduces you to the number of questions per section and also the allotted time per section. Here it says the overall testing time is 3 hours and 45 minutes, and then you have a 10-minute break after the third section. So that is that. Now let's just go back to about the test. So basically you can browse to find more information. There's something I want to show you quickly, which is, preparing for the test. So there are so many people that, they are concerned about how to prepare for the test, and some are also concerned about resources, especially finance. How can I get the materials and stuff like that? So when you come to the website, you can actually get preparatory materials. So if you scroll down, you see prepare for the test, and when you click on that link, it will take you to links um of free GRE preparation materials, right? So here you see overview of the verbal reasoning measure, quantitative and analytical writing. So when you click on these links, you get direct access to free preparatory materials. And I think it's also really good because first, it's from the exam website itself. So it's like you're getting direct access and you really understand what the exam process is like and what kind of questions they will ask. And another thing is like you get to download, materials. So for example, here, math review, it says a great refresher on your basic math skills. This free 100-page review covers the concepts you may see when you take the GRE general test. So it says here, math review includes definitions, properties, examples, and a set of exercises with answers at the end of each section. So like, I think this is just a perfect resource because many people, especially people applying to courses in the humanities, they may feel, apprehensive about doing the mathematics section, which is the quantitative reasoning. But here with this is a great resource for you to work with. So I think I'm just going to end there. And so remember, before I end and before I ask Kayode to share, other tools that you can use to prepare for the GRE test, remember that the website is ets.org, ets.org. So there you can find more information, and then when you get to the ETS website, remember to click on GRE. So remember, this is GRE. And yeah, so I'm just going to stop sharing and Kaede will continue.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mosun. That's like, I didn't even realize how loaded the ETS website is. I didn't know they had like this stuff on practice and other resources like that. So, in addition to the ETS website that Mosun just walked us through, there are other resources with which you can practice, and one of them is Magoosh. Um, so, Magoosh is like a practice tool as well, and you can go to Play Store to download it. There are different packages. There are free packages that you can download from Google Play Store. But if you want more extensive content, you might need to pay for some. But I would say even the free stuff they have would serve you a lot. So Magoosh is spelled Magoosh. Again, Magoosh, Magoosh. And just check it out on Google Play Store. They have flashcards that can help you to learn new words for the verbal reasoning section. And they have other things that you can find helpful for your practice. So apart from practice, I would say another thing that we might speak to, and I don't know if Mosun has some thoughts about this, is like strategies for studying, right? And because, hey, look, let's not mince words. This is a really tough test. Like, it's an extremely challenging test, but you can ace it if you know what strategies to use. So for me, one thing I would say, Mosun was gesturing toward this earlier when she said, if you're in the humanities and you are maybe a bit apprehensive about the math section, I would say one thing that worked for me for sure was I focused on my strength, right? I knew that my verbal reasoning section was going to be way better than my quantitative reasoning. So I did a lot of work to practice my verbal reasoning. So I was like, build, that thing about build your strength, feed your strength, right? So, and it showed in my result. My verbal reasoning section actually helped my like overall score. So if you know that you have a weakness in a particular area, and you're applying to a program, and most programs in the humanities really don't care about your score on the quantitative. They are only concerned about your verbal reasoning score and your writing score. So for such a person, I have friends who literally scored maybe 5/40 on their quantitative, and they are in PhD programs in English today. So just if depending on your program, you should try to have a sense of what are the expectations of my program, what score do they expect me. A lot of department will write it that, oh, we expect so score on your GRE. And so if you have that, work with that and strategize around that. Yeah, I just thought I should put that out there. Mosun, do you have any additional thoughts in terms of strategy?
Yeah, so yeah, I think one other thing I would add is that so it's okay to be apprehensive. It's okay to feel that, oh, this is a lot for you to overcome. But the most important thing to remember is that it's a part of the process. And once you are done with it, that's it. I will never forget, like, the day I did my GRE exam. Like, I was just at the point I was just clicking next, 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 please. I need to get out of this hall. And after the exam and everything, and I just you will see your score. Obviously I saw my score. I didn't even feel bad because my score wasn't perfect. I scared this, and I'm part of the people that got like 5 over in my maths. It was not good at all. The maths wasn't good at all. But I remember that focusing on my strength helped me in because my verbal section, and then the analytical writing as well, which you will get later. You get the result later. But at least I know that okay, those were my strengths. So those sections really helped me. But after the exam, I didn't feel bad at all. I know I did my best and it went well. And another thing is, yes, the GRE is a requirement, but remember that the graduate school application is, you know it's holistic, right? So that the GRE is just a part of everything that you are doing, right? So there are people that they didn't ace their GRE at all. They had 280 something and all, but they are studying at Harvard University. So it just depends on how what your research is like, and basically how your whole application package is, and how well you represent yourself as a good candidate for your prospective department. So I'm just going to end on that note.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's great advice. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess we can sign out now. Thank you all so much for sticking with us. And remember, if you have any questions, please drop them in the comment section. We really appreciate your feedback. So, bye bye.
Guys.
Thank you.